Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No bleed through. Look at this. Pretty awesome paper. Okay, this is the test of tests. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more because that one was not in the same place. Okay, ready? Hello friends, this is Pastor Daniel Gouveia. Thank you so much for checking out this review. Today I'm taking a look at this beautiful, greatly anticipated Bible, the New King James Large Print Wide Margin Reference Bible by Thomas Nelson. Now, I was looking forward to this Bible so much that I even recorded a video when it was first announced, because this Bible really promised to be my dream Bible. Now, I have been using it for a few days, and I cannot say it's my dream Bible, but I do believe this is an amazing Bible. I highly recommend it. I personally love it, and I believe that anyone who is searching for a great New King James wide margin will also love it. Now, I'll let you know exactly what I like and dislike about it throughout the video. It comes in this beautiful box, like all the Premier Collection Bibles from Thomas Nelson. Also, there are Premier Collection Bibles from Zondervan with other translations, not the New King James. And these boxes look awesome. I really love them. Now, you have this Bible also in imitation leather, in brown and in black. Those are not, of course, part of the Premier Collection. The Premier Collection are premium Bibles. And in the box, you have on the back all the information about this Bible. It is premium goatskin cover with classic raised spine details, book introductions, verse by verse, style, scripture format, over 72,000 cross references, and a full set of New King James translation notes. Really good. Concordance, full color maps, words of Christ in red, 3 double-faced satin ribbons, Smite Soon, line match text, and the 10.5 New King James Comfort Print. Now, this is awesome. The Bible retails for $189.99, but you can get it for way less than that. I'll leave some links down below and make sure that you research a little bit so you'll see what is the most interesting price for you. I personally like to buy Bibles from sellers that make it easy to return in case I don't like it. Now, I did not buy this Bible. Thomas Nelson was extremely kind in sending this Bible to me in exchange for an honest review. But I can tell you, when I buy Bibles, I really like to buy from places that allow me to return the Bible easily if I don't like it. So make sure that you read all the policies for returns when you're buying a Bible, because that may be important and relevant for you. So again, it is goatskin leather cover. Now, this black goatskin is really nice. It is a little bit thicker. It feels a little bit thicker and less supple than, for instance, the New King James Center Column verse by verse classic reference Bible, also by Thomas Nelson, also in the Premier Collection. Again, this is a Center Column, great, awesome Bible. Really love it. But the cover seems a little bit more flexible and not as thick as the cover of the wide margin Premier. It's very close to, of course, in my copies, because these do vary a little bit from copy to copy, but the Zondervan New Revised Standard Version that I've reviewed also here on my YouTube channel actually has a cover that is closer in its feel and thickness and flexibility to this cover of the wide margin. This one feels a little bit less supple actually to me, and I prefer it that way. I like it this way. I like goatskin leather covers, but I also like when they are not very flexible. You know, I'm weird. Sorry. It does have a nice grain to it, as you can see. I hope you can pick that up on the camera. It is perimeter stitched, and it's really well done. The spine has 5 raised hubs or raised ribs, however you want to call it. They look awesome. They just add a touch of finesse and of classical beauty to these Bibles. I just love it. So you have stamped in gold Holy Bible, New King James Version at the bottom, and Thomas Nelson. Really, really nice. Beautiful. I love the simple design of these Bibles. It just really draws my eye. I love it. Have a really beautiful gilding. As you can see here, it is red under gold. It is a very light red, and it's beautiful. It's very elegant. Has a black headband and a black tailband, as you can see there. And then, of course, the 3 gorgeous ribbons. 2 black for the Old Testament and 1 red for the New Testament. I love these. They're super long, wide, really beautiful with the diagonal cut. Now, you open it up and you have a gilt line. The corner work is nicely done, I would say. I have Bibles that are way more expensive and that have corners that look really bad, and these look nice. And it is a leather liner. It is edge-lined. Now, if you buy one of the imitation leather editions, it won't be edge-lined, okay? And I do believe for a Bible that is as wide as this Bible, having edge lining is a plus, definitely. So you open it up and you have a presentation page here. This is very thick paper, but then you have the regular 36 GSM European Bible paper. Another awesome feature about this Bible is that you have overcast stitching. I think you can see it there. There you go. Now I have to tell you that I love the smell of the paper of the Premier Collection. I don't know why. I smelled the paper. I'm sorry. But I know everybody's talking about the smell of this goatskin cover. And yes, it does have a tremendous smell. If you don't like the smell of leather, be prepared, because this will last you for a while. I received this Bible on a Thursday. I'm recording this video on a Monday. and the smell is still all over my office. Every time I come into the office, I can still smell it pretty good. I actually love the smell of leather, so this is really not a deal breaker for me. On the contrary, I love the smell of leather, and I love the smell of this Bible. It's awesome. But I happen to be weird enough to also smell the paper, and I love the smell of the paper in the Premier Collection. I really do. This is 36 GSM paper, really good paper. So you have here, again, the Holy Bible containing the Old and New Testaments, Thomas Nelson, ba-da-dee-ba-da-da, the information page. So 2021, here we go. And of course, it is printed in China, like all the Premier Collection Bibles. Table of contents. Ta-da. Preface. Now, this is an abbreviated preface, okay? There's a long preface, and that is not in this Bible, just the abbreviated one. Then you have the title page for the Old Testament, and you have the text here, Genesis. As you can see, you have the book names in red, this dark red, beautiful red. Then you have a book introduction, talks about the author, the time, key verse, and the theme. Really nice, just a little nice touch. Then you have the text. The chapter numbers are in red. The subheadings also are in red. The verse numbers are in black. The font is in black except for the words of Jesus. Those are in red. And the indications for the footnotes are in red. You can see them here for the cross references and also for the translation notes. And these help you to identify them easily when you're reading. The font is really big and bold, no problem whatsoever in reading this. There's really a lot of space between the lines, highly readable. I love it. Then you have the cross references and the translation notes in the bottom centered. So this is the look of the Bible on the inside. You have the page numbers centered on the top of the page, and you have also the references on the outer corners in red. Okay, so of course the main thing about this Bible is that it is a wide margin. Now, these margins are not crazy wide, and that for me is a plus because I don't need a margin that is super big. There's Bibles that have margins that are like twice of what you have here. Some of those are probably journaling Bibles and not really wide margin Bibles. And you do have a good space in the gutter in this Bible. I was a little bit concerned initially because of the pictures that I saw. And because of some comments, they were saying that there was not enough space in the gutter. Now, let me be honest with you. I would prefer a little bit more space in the gutter, okay? Yes, I do write in the gutter. Let me show you here. I did preach with this Bible. Actually, I wanted to test it out really well before this review. And I did take it to the pulpit with me. And I did mark it, and I did write a little bit in the gutter. There you can see it. I know some people don't like to write in the gutter. That's fine by me. Friend, you do you. I love to write in the gutter. I love to write close to the verse that my notes or cross-references refer to. So this to me is important. Okay, so one of the reasons why this is not my dream Bible is because I would like to see a little bit more space in the gutter. That's one of my main complaints. But I know you have to make choices, and this Bible is already very wide and very big and heavy as it is. So yeah, I understand the choice that they made here. And still, this is not bad. It's not like you don't have space in the gutter. You do have a really good space here. But for a wide margin, I would prefer a little bit more. That's me, okay? Now for poetry, you do have a poetic setting, and it's beautiful. This allows you even to have more space to write in, and especially especially when you have poetry in both pages, you really have more space in the gutter if you like to write in the gutter like I do. So here you have a look at the Psalms. They're just gorgeous. This font and this layout, it's beautiful. I love the comfort print. I love big, bold fonts. I really, really enjoy this font. I enjoy this layout, this setting. When you have a letter, you see that it is indented. So you have a format, a specific format for letters that adds another touch of coolness to this Bible and makes the letter stand out. Now you come to the end of the Old Testament and you have just a title page for the New Testament, and boom, here you have the New Testament with this wonderful red for the words of Jesus. Now, I have to tell you, I love red letter Bibles. I really do. I'm not just saying this because I'm reviewing this Bible and it is a red letter. No, I really love red letter Bibles. But to be honest, in a wide margin, in a Bible that I really plan on writing and underlining a lot, I would actually prefer a black letter. That's just me. Again, you can disagree, that's fine. And I'm okay, I would still use this with a red letter, no problem. And I am using, and I will use this one with a red letter. But if I could choose, this would be a black letter. The red is dark. I really love this red. The ideal red letter for me is definitely darker, and this one is. I love it. I may be wrong, but it looks to me a little bit darker than other red letters that I have by Thomas Nelson. So I really like it. And come here to Matthew 28. You see that I wrote here too. I really marked it like pressing the pens a little bit to see if I would have bleed through. And as you can see, no bleed through. You do see that I wrote on the other side of the page, but no bleed through. So really nice. I love it. I really had a good time. Again, this is enough space for me. I would just like a little bit more space in the gutter, but yeah. Okay, so you have the red letter going all the way through Revelation. There you go. And then you come to the end of the Bible. There you go. Ta-da. And you have a concordance. Really nice concordance here. You actually have over 130 pages of concordance, and these pages are so big, so wide, and the font is tiny, so you have a ton of information here. Really cool for those who like to use a concordance. And then you have a 1-year reading plan. And then you have one blank page, and you have the note regarding the type, and then the Zondervan maps. And actually here, when I look at them, I see the margin in the gutter that I want. Yeah, I really would love this to be all over the Bible. I know that would make a tremendously large Bible with this font, but to me personally, I would not mind seeing the font a little bit less bold and maybe even a little bit smaller. Not much smaller, but even a little bit smaller, and having more space in the gutter. I mean, I don't need all of this, but at least a little bit more than what the Bible has. Yeah, that's my main critique to this Bible. And another thing that I would say that it's not my preference is that it is such a big and heavy Bible that for everyday use, to carry it around and to do everything with just one Bible, that makes it a little bit hard for me personally, okay? There's people that would do this, no problem. For me, especially because I'm a pastor, I like to preach with the Bible that I study and where I take notes. I like to give Bible studies with the same Bible. This is a little bit wide and a little bit big for me. I do believe it would be possible to do it a little bit different. So, you know, I'm just nitpicking here, but it's my honest opinion. And yeah, it's a thick Bible. Okay, and I'm going to compare it here with some Bibles so you can have an idea. Now, this is the CSB Wide Margin by Holman. I've reviewed this Bible on my channel. You can take a look at it. As you can see, the Premier collection, New King James Premier, is wider in terms of its footprint, and it is also thicker. Let me show you here. Okay. You see, the Premier collection is really thicker and it's wider. Now, why is this? Well, of course, because the Premier collection has a font that is very bold and it is bigger than the font that you have on the CSB Holman Wide Margin. But to me, this is enough. This is big enough. This is bold enough. And this has enough space between the lines. So, and the Bible is easier to carry around, okay? It has the same problem that this one has. The gutter, there's not a lot of space in here. But yeah, I think this is already a good-sized Bible. This one is wider and heavier. It's thicker. So it is a thick Bible. Let me put it here side by side with the Schuyler. This is the Schuyler Wide Margin. I have the Canterbury, so KJV Wide Margin by Schuyler. And of course, the differences are this one does have a huge space in the gutter, and the font is really smaller, way smaller than the font in the Wide Margin Premier, okay? Now, I can read this, no problem at all. But I do believe that it is a little bit smaller than many people would feel comfortable with. So I would like to see something in between, you know? Now, these margins are really huge, and they have so much space in the bottom and up here. So this Bible is also huge. I would not make of this Bible a Bible to carry around and do everything with it. So yeah, that's my main problem with these Bibles. I know they're wide margins, but it is possible to have a wider margin without such a killer huge Bible. I do believe it is possible. When you put them one on top of the other, the Wide Margin Premier is a little bit wider in its footprint, as you can see. Let me show you here. But the Schuyler is considerably thicker, okay? And the Schuyler does have a nice yap. The NKJV Premier Wide Margin has a little bit of a yap, just a little bit. Okay, now let me show you something that to me proves my point, okay? Now, I'm not saying this is the perfect ideal Bible for a wide margin, but I would just like to see something in between. This is the ESV Heirloom Wide Margin, okay? Of course, this one is not verse by verse. It is a paragraph format. I prefer verse by verse. I really do, so I'm really happy that Thomas Nelson went with the verse by verse for their wide margin. I love it. I think it's easy to navigate, especially when I'm in the pulpit. But look at this. This Bible is like super thin. This is almost a thin line, you know. Of course, the font is considerably smaller, but it's still very readable, has a lot of space between the lines, and it has an amazing space in the gutter. Of course, the references are really tiny, okay? The font and the references is really tiny. Also, the layout is different. They appear in the corner of the right column in the text. I just think that it would be possible to have a slightly smaller font, a little bit more space in the gutter, and just have a Bible that is a little bit smaller and a little bit easier to carry. Okay, that's me. Okay, I may be crazy, but I think I have evidence that it is possible to do what I want Here's an idea for you, Thomas Nelson and other Bible publishers. Invite a bunch of Bible reviewers, and we all do have different opinions, but, put us all together in a room and make us talk. And you may come up with the Bible of Bibles. Who knows? I don't know. Just giving you an idea. Again, I love this Bible, the 36 GSM of the Premier Collection. To me, it's one of the best papers out there for general use, to mark in it and to, just whatever you need to do with a Bible. It's not the most expensive and exquisite paper in the market, but to me, it is one of the best papers out there, and I really love to use it. As you could see, I marked it, no problem with bleed through or anything. By the way, let me make a little paper test here. I normally do this with my Bibles, and there's a lot of people that call me crazy, but that's okay. So boldness, I'm going to be bold, okay? And I'm going to mark here, and I'm going to test out this paper. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I marked 5 times in the same place, no bleed through, okay? Wow, I'm going to make a cross, and you'll see if there's bleed through in the center. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No bleed through. Look at this. Pretty awesome paper. Okay, this is the test of tests. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more because that one was not in the same place. Okay, ready? Oh, ho, ho. No bleed through. No bleed through, my friend. Wow, this paper is good. If you had any doubts, there's your evidence. Amazing Bible, beautiful layout, awesome, highly recommend it, love it. But to be my dream Bible, it would have to be a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to carry. Also, I did preach with this Bible, and if you like to have the Bible stationary in the pulpit, this is awesome. You're not going to have any problems. But if you, like me, sometimes like to hold the Bible in your hand and preach with it, well, maybe the imitation leather won't bend so much, but the Premier Collection, as you can see, yeah, it will be difficult. You will have to hold it with both hands probably. If that's your thing, good. I would just like, if I want a Bible to do everything with it, this is just a little bit too wide for me. And of course, I know, it's a wide margin. It's supposed to be wide, right? So that's great. But I'm just being picky because I'm searching for the ideal Bible for Daniel Gouveia. So this may be the ideal Bible for you, my friend. I've tried my best to give you an honest review. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Leave them in the comment section down below. God bless you, whoever you are, wherever you are. Remember that Jesus loves you and He died for you like He died for me. All right, bye.